the gentleman had built the house himself like 8 years before we had even gotten there. And so there was no history of a whole house on the property or anything like that, except the Pine Barrens themselves have some weird stuff going on back there. He lived in it for 3 or 4 years by himself, and everything was fine. Then he met his wife, and she moved in, and then things started happening. So the theory that we have is that it was on the property already, and it was attracted to her. She's a little bit open, very motherly. We think it was drawn, or the couple things that were there were drawn to her. They kind of lived with this for years. It was not bad haunting. We call them kind of Casper cases, just stuff going on all the time. One of the first things that happened was that all the smoke detectors in the house, the batteries would burn out time after time after time. And the man who owned the house even kept a spare pack of batteries right in his bedstand, so in the middle of the night he could go back up to the attic and change the batteries again. And he had built the house, and he knows what he's doing, so it wasn't anything wrong with it. But at one point he finally replaced every one of them in the house again. And it happened one more time after that, and then it stopped. Then it moved on to another game, because it would do one game after the next. And the next one was turning the TV on downstairs at 3 in the morning. And it was always 3 in the morning, and it would turn the TV to Jackie Gleason in The Honeymooners. And Jackie Gleason reminded the wife there of her father, and they would always watch that together. So somehow it was just always that show that would go on in the middle of the night, always 3 a.m. When that stopped, it started turning on the iPod, which was actually attached to the whole TV stereo setup. And that would start playing at 3 a.m., and it would play her dance music, which she'd loved her little dance set on her iPod. So that would go on at 3 a.m. So it was just like a series of things, one after the other.